Hey, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it feels so good to be out and about again on the channel. But this is an awesome video, ladies and gents. We're going on an adventure. We're going on a road trip. A few hours out of town, we're going to a place called Fort Smith, Arkansas. So this particular town, has several game stores within it, and we're going to be going hunting at some of these that we've never been to before. And man, we are along for a grandiose adventure. Stay tuned for the end of the video as we go over all of the GameCube titles that we've picked up over these past few weeks and go on this side mission, the side quest as you were. And let me tell you right now, you're not going to be disappointed. We found the rarest GameCube game out there on the library. So stay tuned for that. Did we pick it up? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to find out. But furthermore, if you haven't done so already, if you're not a current subscriber, please consider subscribing. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Trying to draw out the community. If you would, smash that like button if you like the video so hard that it turns blue. Help boost me up the YouTube algorithm to reach out to fellow game enthusiasts like yourself. Without further ado, the GameCube Oasis, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Alright, we just made it to our first stop, and it is going to be Game Exchange. Love this store, love this franchise, but we're going to go ahead and head inside and see if they have anything that we can add to the collection. Let's check it out. Alright, so first stop out of the way. They had a really good inventory, as you could see. Nintendo GameCube games are very scarce, no matter where you go, really. Even if you go to conventions, and they're still pretty scarce. But they had a few titles in there, but one that was in the display case up in the main front portion of the Game Exchange, where they keep all the expensive stuff. They had one in there that was a holy grail, and I've been on the hunt for it for a long time. It was cheaper this time around from the last time we came down here, which was like 6 months ago. So we actually were able to pull a trigger on it because I had some good trading credit to put towards it, so we got it at a decent price. But stay tuned when we get back into the game room, then we'll go over all the items that we collected so far. On to the next location. See you there. Alright, here we are at the second location, and hopefully we'll have just as much luck as we did at the first. Let's go ahead and head inside and see what they got.
Chill Scissors, give me the pose.
You'll never afford it!
I'm gonna have to interrupt the video just for a moment. So this game, in case you do not know, is one of the rarest, if not the rarest, Nintendo GameCube game. Less than 10,000 copies roughly were produced. That is an extremely low print run. Not only that, whenever you look at the rarest list of GameCube games, number 1 is a box variant. Number 2 is Pokemon Box, which isn't an official game. It's more of an add-on that was a pre-order bonus, I believe. And then number 3, which is an officially licensed game that was sold at retail. That's not a variant or a pack-in or pre-order bonus to make it rare. This is just a very, very rare game. So whenever you look at the scale for retail released official games, that's not, again, a pack-in or pre-order. This is the rarest mass-produced video game on the GameCube library. So to come across a copy, much less, just anything to do with this game, if it's a case, if it's a manual, is extremely, extremely rare. And this is a very, very high price, but this game goes for, recent listings have sold for $1,500 plus. For complete in box, disc only, it ranges, but this is something to definitely consider, because I've been hunting and searching and collecting for the Nintendo GameCube for over 20 years, and I've came across your Hyper Grinds, your Gotcha Forces, your Chibi Robos. I've came across those several times. Never, not once, have I ever come across this game disc only or anything. So this is an opportunity that really is going to have to take some consideration. It is a very expensive game, something that I per capita have not shelled out for an individual GameCube game thus far. I normally are very coy and sly on how I acquire games, so we're gonna have to wait and see at the end of this video when we're going through all of the games that we've collected, if this is one that we pulled the trigger on. So stay tuned for that. Let's back to the video. Alright, so we've made a couple of stops and made some really good finds along the way. If you look here, we are located at the Goodwill. So we're about to go in here and see if we can get anything good and how we make up. Welcome back to the game room, ladies and gentlemen. We are going over the fun stuff now. We get to go through all the games that we collected on the road trip. So much fun. And not only that, the GameCube games that we've acquired over the past few weeks. And let me tell you, we got some banger titles, some holy grails in this collection that we've been able to acquire the past few weeks. Before we get into that and all the fun stuff here and the details of the trip, make sure if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on to stay tuned for all of our Nintendo GameCube shenanigans we got going on over here. And furthermore, if you like the video, smash the like button so hard it turns blue. Help boost me up the YouTube algorithm to reach out to fellow collectors and GameCube enthusiasts just like you. Without further ado, let's get into the pickups. Alright, so let's go over the elephant in the room. This is something that very pains me to be able to disclose, but we were not able to seal the deal on Disney Sports Basketball. I know this one is something that we're going to have to do some footwork.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
To dance around. I was able to throw out an offer to the game store manager. He took it into consideration and regrettably declined. As something that it is what it is. You know, I felt the offer was reasonable, but you know, some policies don't allow for such, you know, stuff to go on, like bartering and things of that nature within certain game stores. So we weren't able to get that one into the collection, unfortunately. However, we were able to have him hold it until we're able to get enough trade cred, or at least enough acquired to be able to make a decent offer on it. So we're still in the fight, ladies and gentlemen. We have a copy that has our name on it that's put behind, you know, in the drawer, saving it for another opportunity. So the fact that we get another opportunity at this game is something that we're going to be able to kind of manipulate and dance around. So stay tuned to see if we're able to seal the deal. Again, that is a very, very rare game and is expensive. More than I've ever paid for an individual GameCube game thus far. And I know that as we progress, things are going to get very expensive. Some of these titles that we have today are very expensive, but not that expensive. So we got plenty of trade stuff that we'll be able to flip, hopefully, our way up to that game. And then our problems just start kind of from there, because it is a a disc only version of the game. So how to, you know, acquire the disc and manual, that may pose to be an additional challenge with this, just because of the rarity and the fact that I've searched over 20 years and not once come across this title is a testament to, you know, how scarce it is. You know, around 10,000 copies were put out into the population. So just to put things in perspective, there was around, in my city, which is a big city, there's around 71,000 people. So just a small smidgen of people within, you know, the world have a copy of this. So we'll stay tuned for more information as we pursue that game. But I know one day we'll be able to add to the collection, but when and how is the thrill of the chase. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. We got a lot of games to get through. On to our trip summary. The first game exchange that we had stopped at, within the game display case, they had a copy of Gauntlet Dark Legacy for the Nintendo GameCube. This is a complete copy, very peppermint patty clean. This is a game that was derived off of the arcade. I didn't play this one as a kid, but it looks super fun for the multiplayer aspect. This is like what I would consider to be, as a kid, you know, like a mini version of WoW, or, you know what I mean? If you're a kid and you're playing with all 4 or 3 of your friends plus yourself, then this would have been an incredible experience to be able to level up, grind, you know, go through these levels and dungeons and just enjoy every minute of it. So really cool. Don't know if I have an opportunity to play through this with a friend. If so, that would be incredible. But yeah, another banger title. We got this one and this next game for a combined total of $75, which was pretty good for 2 games, considering this one on average is around $75-$80. So got it for essentially retail complete plus another throw-in title. So Gauntlet is a banger title to add to the collection. This next one, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. I was able to talk them down on the price on this one to get it at a better price. They were originally asking $17, got them down to $9.99. The reason for that, it was not complete. So this is unfortunately not a complete copy. So we'll be on the hunt for that manual eventually. So Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. So I think there was quite a few of Jimmy Neutron games within the GameCube library. I know I have a few of them. This next one is an absolute gem, a holy grail. Whenever you're looking at the scale of something that you want to add into the GameCube collection, a must-have as you were. But this is Pokemon Coliseum. We finally have a copy. It is so clean and complete. We'll go ahead and take it right out of the protective wrap here. Go ahead and open that up for you. There you go. Pokemon Coliseum. We got this one for under $100. It was a really good price, so I had to pull the trigger on it. These games are just going up and up and up. It's insane on the pricing. But we got Pokemon Coliseum added to the collection. Awesome title. Another absolute banger. We got Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. This is a must-own if you're on the GameCube library bandwagon. But very unique game, as are all of the Metal Gear Solid games. This one stood out because it was a premium way, I believe, of playing this game. It was just revolutionizing a lot of the mechanics, switching between, you know, the third person or first person perspective. But yeah, this one is an absolute banger title. We got that one complete as well. So we get the manual, all the little add-ons, and all that fun stuff. So Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. This next set we'll go ahead and do in a 3-piece, as well as the one after. But you know, if you've been here for a considerable amount of time, you can probably tell by my shirt, we do not shy away from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. Absolutely adore them. And they had a long list of video games on the Nintendo GameCube, as well as other consoles. But we've already acquired TMNT 1 and the additional cartoon version, but we also got these 3 in. So we'll go ahead and bust through these. This one is the last one I was able to get. It was very hard to get my hands on, and it strangely holds a higher value than most of the other ones. But this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Melee. It's kind of like, you know, a beat 'em up multiplayer platform, almost in the same vein of a, you know, like a Smash Bros, just TMNT style. This game, honestly, isn't very great. It's just one of those that doesn't really run very smooth. The case art is what gets me. It's just, as it could be said for the rest of these, but the case art is an absolute pleasure to put up on the game room shelf as a displayability portion. But not bad, you know. It's a TMNT. It's on the GameCube library. That's just a awesome combination. But we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nightmare 3 for the Nintendo GameCube. And this one is a little bit better as far as its playability. It does have multiplayer. You can also unlock Turtles in Time, so being able to play, you know, Turtles in Time on your GameCube, that's something really cool. But you and your friends can play along through these levels. It's kind of a beat 'em up. You go through the levels, you know, fighting the Foot Clan, mini bosses, and things of that nature. So pretty cool stuff. And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Nexus 2. Play with up to 4 players. Again, with the case art. This case art is absolutely awesome. But again, in the same vein of the last one, up to 4 players, you know, you can play through. You can also unlock the Blast from the Past, the original TMNT, on arcade. So it's really cool that you can play through this and unlock the various versions from the past. So like this, for example, you know, this one had the unlocked the previous games. So yeah, pretty cool that they added that in there so that you could unlock some of the older games. So with that said, TMNT is on lock. We have every TMNT game released on the Nintendo GameCube. On to the next one. We can move on. You know, we got that complete series. And that same thing can be said for this next batch of 3. We'll do these in 3s. We have the Ty franchise. So Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I popped this in, couldn't put it down, 100%ed it, just over the top, oozing with charm. A lot of fun playing as Ty, running around in this platform actiony, colorful world. So couldn't put that one down. Of course, we got Ty 2, the Tasmanian Tiger Bush Rescue. They really did a wonderful job on these games, upping the ante on each level. So like from Ty to Ty 2, you feel and experience a difference. And wherever they went, you know, crazy with it, I think is Ty 3, the Tasmanian Tiger, Night of the Twinken, if I'm speaking that correctly. But this one, you know, you're operating vehicles, flying, you know, ships, operating mechs, and yeah, it just got kind of darker, more doom and gloom, and more action and things of that nature. But I think that they've done a wonderful job. I've enjoyed all 3 of these, and they all deserve a place in the game room for sure. And if you haven't played through them, then give them a go, because if you like anything to do with platform action games, that one is done very well, in my personal opinion. Next up, we got a shiny gold case of SSX Tricky. This one is one that's kind of climbed up in value as well. This one was particularly very difficult to get my hands on for some reason. It's just one, every time I came across it, either the case was destroyed and they were asking way too much for it. But I'm glad I waited, because we got a super clean gold foil copy. So awesome. I love snowboarding games. This one is done very well. But SSX Tricky, good stuff, good stuff. This next one is one that touches on my childhood, but this is Ed and Eddie, the Misadventures. This one was a lot of fun. I played through it. It's got a lot of platform action to it. You know, you play as the 3 goon squad, of course, Ed, and Eddie. No multiplayer. I wish it had a multiplayer aspect to it, but it unfortunately doesn't. Ed and Eddie, whenever I was a kid, was a staple on the Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network games, on the Nintendo GameCube specifically, there's so many of them out there, which I absolutely adore. You know, you got your, man, the list goes on and on, really. I mean, you got, geez, I mean, pretty much if it was a Cartoon Network game, then it pretty much got its own standalone GameCube game. But one that I'm surprised they really didn't do, to my knowledge, they didn't do a Courage the Cowardly Dog game. That would be pretty cool for the GameCube. So that is our last game added into the collection. You know, some bangers such as Solid Snake. We got Pokemon Coliseum. We got you know, all the TMNT, all the ties down for the count. We got finally a copy of Gauntlet added, and unfortunately not able to seal the deal. Not able to seal the deal on the Disney Sports Basketball. But stay tuned. Hopefully, again, we do have that on hold behind lock and key. Hopefully, you know, they are a road trip away, so maybe we'll make another video if you would like to see that, and then maybe we'll do another one. We're going on a hunt down in Fort Smith, Arkansas again, and hopefully with a stack of items for trade, so that we can get and add that game into the collection. Again, I can't technically add it to the collection until it has the you know, case to put it officially into the collection, because we're only going for complete. So that one may pose to be a secondary challenge, but I have a feeling, because of the scarcity, that it would be a better opportunity to be able to pull the trigger on just the disc for now, and then worry about everything else later, because I 20 plus years have never seen a single copy of this game. So it's just one of those that, you know, we're gonna have to do some footwork on. But that's part of the name of the game. That's part of the thrill of the chase. What keeps me going and what keeps me thrilled and excited to do these things for you guys. But if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time, and make sure you hit that like button, and you're a subscriber. I really appreciate that as well. I'll catch you guys all in the next GameCube Oasis episode. We have tons more to share, a lot more adventures to go on, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Later. Peace.